I ain't been married 21 years and don't know some things. I'm just saying. Hello, everybody. This is Queen Lenora getting ready to talk about some intimacy that you need to have before you get married. And if you're already married and you might not have it, this will help you too. Okay? And if you dating, this will help you. Matter of fact, this is just to help you. You just need help. I think you need help. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell button, and don't forget the thumbs up. Okay, so now we've got that done in the intro. Why is intimacy so important? It's important because it builds a relationship. It makes you connect and you have a stronger bond if you have intimacy. Now, you have known some people out here that have been married a long time and they do not have intimacy. And you're wondering, why don't they have intimacy? You know, well, that's not really what's going on in your mind. In your mind is like, what's going on? Why are they getting separated and divorced? And the question is because they don't have intimacy. They're in this relationship, and the only thing that's keeping them together is usually the kids, and that's the only intimate part that they have together is the kids. So they don't really talk, they don't really socialize, they don't do adventures, just them two. They usually have, their intimacy is just laid out flat, dead. So when the kids leave, and there's nobody in the house, guess what happened? They realize they don't like each other. Maybe we shouldn't have been together. This is a waste of time. Why did I stay married to you this long? What do we even have that's connecting us? That's because we have lack of intimacy. And there's so many different important things about intimacy that we need to keep focused. So anyway, I have my wine. And I have my Viola Rosa. Okay, it's like a generic or off-brand of Stella Rosa. But this Rosso is really good. And I'm not a wine person, okay? But this is good. And I really like the Stella Rosa. And don't even get me on my Costco one that is called a Tropical Mango Moscato. Anyway, I didn't want to start this without having this conversation, so I had to have a wine so I could be relaxed when I talk about this. Because sometimes I think I might be rushing this. So anyway, to have a good intimacy relationship, you want to have a healthy intimacy relationship. And you guys know my motto. Intimacy does not mean sex, but it surely can enhance sex. It can make you feel good inside. Yeah, if you have the right intimacy. I need to have an intimacy song because this stuff is real. People don't think about this when they're in a relationship. That's the thing that blows my mind. You don't think about how to keep a relationship going. You think about, I don't want this man to leave me, or I don't want this woman to leave me. I love this woman. But there's things that can tie you together that it is so hard to break. And that thing is called intimacy. I'm saying it enough because I want you to understand it. I want you to understand it. So I wrote me some notes down here that I had to abide by because I really want to go through these real quick, okay? And then I like long notes, like 1, 2, and 3. This is just what I want. Open communication. Why is open communication so important? One, because you need to be able to tell each other anything. You need to be able to bond. I mean, like your deepest, darkest secret, things you don't want nobody else to know. Your partner, the person you're getting ready to marry, the person you're married to, the person I'm not going to say when you date. You got to build that up when you date because we just got to build. You got to build a trusting relationship. But you engaged and are married already, you should already be at this level, okay? Dating, we're going to have to talk about dating. I might bring that up for next week, okay? But communication between you and your partner is the key to understanding each other. It's the key to understanding each other. So you'll know things that nobody else knows. You will be able to discuss things that you can't discuss with anybody else. You are giving your deepest, darkest, intimate moments of you to this person. And this is where I'm telling you where intimacy is such great. Once you have intimacy, that is a better sex life. Because if you have a great intimacy relationship and you communicate very well and you trust one another very well, you are open to explore things in sex that you never thought you would before. I'm going to have to drink today. I ain't been married 21 years and don't know some things. I'm just saying. Okay, so then intimacy means a deeply knowledge of one another. It's a person we have a deep connection that no other can have. And that goes with the communication. That means whatever your deep, darkest secrets was in the past, you have communicated. It's been building this bond. So when you first dated, you guys were like this. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, she's so pretty. Oh, she looking nice. He look nice. Oh, he smell good. He smell good. And then we talk a little. And we discuss a little. And we getting a little closer. And we're getting a little closer. And we're like, well, right here, I want to propose. I'm in love. So you're here. And now we're planning our wedding. And we're going to spend so much money on our wedding because it's got to be so beautiful, because I've been thinking about this moment my whole life. Can you hit that decline? Okay. My whole life, I've been thinking about this. So you're still right here. So now we are engaged and we have stopped the intimacy and started focus on the wedding. We have stopped bonding and focused on the wedding. So now our new intimacy relationship is this wedding. Don't do that. Talk and communicate. Women, understand if your man don't want to help you with the wedding, it's usually because it wasn't his thought process and he know he ain't getting nowhere with it. If you really want his help, then don't complain when he actually helps. Okay? So now you're here. Now we said, I do. And the reason I said this is where we have to still be connected is because now we said, I do, and we want to be like this. But we was from here. We proposed here, and it stopped, and then we like this. No, you have to still build on the intimacy to get closer, to understand. So now it's like, what are you expecting to be like as a wife? What are you expecting to be like as a husband? What do you want as me being your wife? What do you want me as being your husband? See how we get bonded? What do you not want to put in our marriage? How are we going to argue and make sure it's a safe relationship? We get closer and closer because we're still having this conversation. So when we do the big day of our wedding and we're sitting up there and we're crying and saying our vows and everything, you're smushing together and you slowly are bonding. And when you have arguments and stuff, yeah, because it's, you put two households together, of course, you put two different people together. But see the difference from going here to there to slowly building and asking questions about being a wife and a husband, building on that. How often do you think we should be having sex every day? Do you think once a week is good or not enough? Okay, should we plan it? Do we want to have date nights? What do we want to do? Put those relationships in there. Ask those questions because they're so important. Whole reason why I'm writing a book about premarital, because I want these questions to be something you ask. Why are you getting married? Why are you planning your wedding? You're asking all these questions. So when you get here, it's not this big shock. And now we're doing a lot of arguing after, of course, the first couple of months where you're just having sex all over the house and everywhere you go and all that. You have these questions because we, of course, know how to have sex, and we, of course, know how to, and it's good, and it's acceptable to each other, of course, but the intimacy will make it better, and you will grow together, okay? Intimacy involves being open and talking through your thoughts and emotions. So when you're having a discussion, regardless if you think you're going to feel stupid or if you think the person's going to misunderstand what you're saying, it should be an open dialect, and you should be able to give out your true emotional feeling, and the person that you're telling it to should be listening and taking it in. And just because we don't agree with one another does not mean I can't understand and fully have compassion and empathy for you, and then say, okay, but this is how I look at it, this is how I look at it. Well, how can we make it where we can look at it the same and still keep it in our own direction? Okay? So we already talked about being vulnerable. You got to let your guard down. And you got to be, that's the whole reason being vulnerable is letting your guard down. Letting things come in that normally isn't. We have a guard up because we don't want to be hurt. But if we're getting ready to be married, or if we're already married, we have to learn how to build this up and let our guard down, be vulnerable, and trust one another to have each other's back. because we're now one. Okay? We're one. Okay. I know you got it. So now you want to build your intimacy over time, and it requires understanding, patience, and effort from both of you to create and maintain a healthy, intimate relationship. I know. You probably thought it was all hard. It wasn't very easy. Because one thing you want to understand is being close to one another is great to build in a relationship. Understanding one another, being vulnerable, talking, touching. You got to have physical touch. Even if you just hold each other's hands. Put your hands on her back. You put your hands on his thighs. You look at him and you say, baby, you look good. Oh, mama, I want to take you downstairs, upstairs, around the corner. You know, touch is so important. Not just a kiss, a hug, and embrace and endure the hug. Like, I'm going to say when I was married in the beginning, because my family are not physical touching people. So when I got married, my husband liked a lot of hugs and talks, and I was like, this is a lot of work. But if you just sit there and cherish that moment. Cherish that moment like it's your last. You know how my statement is, love and live each day as if it were your last. Act like each time you hugging him might be your last. Each time you kiss him, it might be your last. Each time you kiss her or hug her might be your last. We're not promised every second, every minute of the day. So why not just go and give your all into that relationship? And that touch and that feeling, that connection will keep you bonded, as well as the communication. Do not shut each other down when you're communicating. Talk to each other and listen. Breathe. Especially when you're getting about to get angry. Breathe. That's right. Remember to love and live each day as if it were your last. Now don't forget, hit that subscribe button, that bell, and the thumbs up. Keep on following and have a blessed and wonderful day.